I stopped myself from saying anything because what would even be the point? What would it accomplish? But yeah, seeing people who were just like, I can't afford to use pretzel, I'm never going to help you turn a profit, and now I never will. And it's like, well, yeah, I mean, same as it ever was, really. Yeah, but now I'm mad. And I'm like, oh yeah, no, I get that. Like, I am sad that you're upset, and I wish that you didn't have to be upset. But I also wish that this company didn't need money to survive. And so in that aspect, we're both disappointed. But that's, you know, capitalism. How do, you know? Oh, come on, Taffy. You gotta dodge better out the gate, bud. We can't do this thing where it's super exciting at the end of the run because you're bad. I'm gonna need you to be better first. Yeah, not my circus, not my monkeys anymore. Well, it kind of is. I don't even know. Haha, that's kind of cool. It just kind of ensures that I'm going to spend more time as the bony version of me than this one. You know what I mean? I guess at some point I should probably look into doing the dailies on this file as well, huh? Oh my god, what? I didn't even see that. It's kind of like, listen, if we're playing, again, as always, if we're playing cards up on the table, I have stock in Song Trader now, so it is kind of my circus, my monkeys, in that I want Song Trader to do really well because my stock portfolio will look better when it happens. But yeah, generally speaking, like, I was really hoping that that would do what I wanted it to do. But yeah, generally speaking, you're correct. The day-to-day grind is no longer my concern. Weird comparison, but it's a personal metric for me. My mentality when it comes to stuff is, if you think you'll get enjoyment out of it without it being unhealthy for you, go for it. I bought a 2K fursuit and have zero regrets. Judge me all you want. No judgment here, man. I'm never about yucking somebody's yum. But money is meant to help people who create stuff. Hell yeah. I'm same boat. If you're happy, I'm happy. If you're happy, I'm happy. Do you know how much negative energy I'm putting into the universe pointed at you? Right, that's other than my stock options. People tend to forget a middle ground, trying to price something so you can keep operating and possibly grow, but also not charging customers too much. Yeah, that's exactly right. Exactly right. What is that? Sorry, my screen is in dark mode. And no matter what I do to try to fix it and make things readable, it's always such a pain in the ass with dark colors. But yeah, Carter, no, you're absolutely right. I went through... Oh, fuck, it's not going to give me... It's not going to give me the means to open up that chest, is it? I spent years between the music label and Pretzel trying to find... The whole point was that we didn't want to screw anybody. You know what I mean? Like, I know a lot of people that I've met in and I'm counting places like Monster Cat as like small businesses, because in the grand scheme of things, even if you're worth 8 figures, in the grand scheme of things, that makes you a small business. But in the realm of small businesses surrounding the content creation biosphere, this ecosystem that sprung up around content creation and supporting creators, our whole goal was that we just wanted to treat everyone equally. But the tricky part with that is walking the tightrope of, you're trying to keep artists happy, you're trying to keep music labels happy, and you're also trying to keep content creators happy. And inevitably, if you try, like, and then you're also trying to keep yourself, like, fed and with a roof over your head. And anytime you pull in one direction, the other sides just go, wait, why do they get that? It's like, well, because they gotta have something. Well, I don't want to do that. Yeah, no, I get that you're unhappy with anything being negotiated away from you. God, I forget what the, it's like, oh man, greedy pretzel. Let's see, pretzel. I forget what the splits are because I haven't had to recite this in a long time, but like pretzel, the music player in the background, you know, like NCS, when NCS takes a track, they take it all. They take the track, they take all the money that comes from it, and the artists get exposure. The end. That's it. Like, you get exposure. If you're an artist and you go to Pretzel and you drop your money, or you drop your music off, I want to say it is low double digits. It is low double digits that yeah, 70% of what Pretzel takes in goes back to the artist and 30% stays at Pretzel. So like right out the jump, you know, right off the cusp, or right off the cuff, it was, we're gonna give away most of the money we make to the people who make the music possible. And then beyond that, it's like, well, we also need to make it, the problem is that the problem is that streamers are stingy fuckers, man. Because, as the leak pointed out, almost nobody's making any money streaming. So you try to be accommodating to streamers and content creators, but you also have to realize pretty quickly as a business person that almost none of your money's gonna come from streamers. They either don't have it to give or are just super stingy about giving it up. Pat, what's going on, dude? I saw you walk in, but it's been a pretty intense couple of minutes of conversation. I just wanted to say hi. Hi, dude. I forgot about the leak. What was that all about? So, from a Twitch standpoint, I feel bad saying it like this. From a Twitch standpoint, some hacker made Twitch an open source streaming platform. Twitch didn't do it willingly, but the Twitch leak made Twitch an open source streaming platform by literally leaking all the source code. I don't like this. I don't like this. I don't like this. Little rat bastards. I'm just gonna wait. I could go in there and try to do something clever with the spectral form. Like, I could come up here and get in the rocks, I guess. And be relatively safe because I have spectral tears. But it just felt real dicey there for a second and I wasn't willing to risk it. So some hackers somehow managed to penetrate whatever security protocols Twitch has in place and grabbed the entirety of Twitch's source code and leaked it online. In addition to that, they also leaked the last 2 years worth of financial information about payments made to streamers. So the top 10,000 partners on the platform, they leaked how much Twitch processed for them in money with regards to bits, subs, gifted subs, and ad revenue. All the stuff that Twitch is directly responsible for. And genuinely, what surprised me, because I study Twitch. Twitch is, when people say, what's your game on Twitch? I say capitalism. When people say, what's your game on Twitch? I say I play Twitch. That's what I'm studying day in and day out. I'm looking at the numbers. I'm having conversations with other streamers. I'm trying to figure out how best to give myself a leg up on. When I say my competition, I don't mean like these other idiot streamers try to take my viewers, but like every content creator on the platform is technically my competition, even if they're a good friend. And even with all the studying and the analytics and the metrics that I've studied over the years, the one thing that I took away from the Twitch leak that I didn't know before was that, holy shit, streamers are not making a lot of money. When they said that it was the top 10,000 streamers on the platform, I asked my chat to check and see if I had made it because I was sure I missed the cut. And the general response was, yeah, dude, you made it. And I was like, oh, like by the skin of my teeth? And they're like, nah, you cracked the top 1,000. And I was like, how? And it turned out the answer was not a lot of people are making as much money as we anticipated. I mean, that's the point. Yeah, Speed Boop, you've never heard of me before today. I'm not Ninja. I'm not Shroud. But it just turns out that streamers are magnificently bad with, like, you know, I don't know who you want to blame it on, right? Like, I'm sure some of the streamers would be like, well, Twitch doesn't help me. Well, you know, Twitch does, with regards to that number, Twitch doesn't help me either. A lot of people want to blame a lot of people and say like, oh, well, Twitch doesn't do enough to help me monetize or whatever, but like, regardless of what the, you know, regardless of what the causes are, the symptoms, the diagnosable symptoms are, holy shit, streamers do not make nearly as much money as I thought they did. We are very much an exception to the rule in this channel. Yeah, we cracked the top 1,000 at 819. I was convinced we didn't make the top 10,000. I just assumed that there were a bunch of partners I'd never heard of before, like international partners. You know, I just sort of assumed that for every, oh my, look at this, all these new items. I just assumed that for all these new partners that they had, that like for every Hafu, for every XQC, there was like a Spanish-speaking version and a Japanese-speaking version. You know what I mean? A French-speaking version. I just assumed that there were a bunch of other versions floating around out there. And it turns out there's not. If somebody's making a shitload of money on Twitch, there's a pretty good chance you've heard of them. And then there's a razor-thin middle class. Hi, I'm in that. And then there's a bunch of people making minimum wage or below. And they're technically in the top 0.5% of the platform. Thanks, Aaron. How much money of the subscription goes to the streamer? It's different. It's different from streamer to streamer. The overwhelming majority of people who have monetization get 50-50 splits with Twitch. And I don't think I'm telling any tales outside of school if I say it's been discovered that that's not the case with everyone. That the more successful the streamer, the better the split they're able to negotiate. I'm following the Japanese version. Like, I just assumed that every, you know, that every major cultural region on the planet had their own versions of it that were making bank, but I guess not. Or not as many as I thought. Found Taffy a year or two ago. I know for sure it was before COVID, back when he played Destiny 2. Fuck me. When he was a front page streamer. As we say in the kitchen, assumption's the mother of all fuck-ups. Donations work differently? Yeah, because the donations are typically processed by places like PayPal. So PayPal takes their cut, but the reason that Twitch introduced bits was because they didn't like not getting the cut that PayPal was getting. It was to compete with the PayPal cut. So in that leaked information, PayPal information was not part of it. So like, what wasn't in there? Direct sponsorships, direct affiliate earnings, merchandise sales, depending on how popular the streamer was, you know, like commercial appearances, acting appearances. I'm trying to find any way I can get into this item room or any way I can get the secret room to show up. Direct cash tips were not in there. Gifts were not in there. The minimum wage Twitch, maximum wage stunt. Right, it was also put in place, yeah, not to minimize that, but like, when I first heard about bits, I genuinely didn't think that they would make it. I didn't think that they would, in my head, I was like, you couldn't convince me to give more than $100. You know, to give $120 to give a streamer $100. Like, that was what was in my head. But I also have only ever had one chargeback in my life, and there were some people who were getting hit with chargebacks like every week. And in that case, instead of somebody giving a streamer money, what they've actually given them is like negative $20 or negative $50, depending on how big the chargeback was. Hey, there's our key, though. Yeah, chargebacks. I'm very grateful that I've never had to really deal with chargebacks. I had one guy who came in here. I'd never met him before. He dropped bits, he dropped subs, and then he dropped cash. And I was just like, well, I'm keeping the bits and the sub money for sure. So I guess this guy's legit, otherwise he would have pushed it all through PayPal. But even then, he came back later and goes, I got wrapped up in the moment and I need that money for rent. Please refund it to me at a loss to me. Please refund it to me in the processing fee I eat, or I'll have to charge it back. And I was like, well, I guess you've not left me a lot of choice because the chargeback will cost me more. So I refunded him a bunch of his money. But that's the only situation that I've ever had to deal with on that. I'm positive Critical Role has a better deal than that. They're also allowed to stream on YouTube simultaneously. Oh yeah, no, if you're the top earning broadcast on all of Twitch, I'm sure Twitch bends over backwards. Well, I say Twitch bends over backwards to keep you happy, but they did also lose Lupo and Tim this year, so maybe if you're a collection of some of the biggest voice actors on the planet, it's almost like a union. You know what I mean? Like, it's almost like a union at that point. So maybe if you're Critical Role, they bend over backwards to make sure you don't take your show to YouTube. I was gonna say they'll do anything to keep streamers like their biggest streamers happy, but you know, Lupo and Tim aren't here anymore. I try to spend minimum money. I think at max I have only around 1 or 2 subs at a time. Most of my subs are gifted subs. Yep, you know, I safeguard my I work people into a fervor. Anything except money. That's right. They'll give their favorite streamers anything except money, except straight up cash, homie. Yeah, we meme an awful lot here, and I am guilty of, oh god damn it all to hell. I'm guilty of working people into a fervor, but I also try very hard to preface it with like, please don't ever spend money here that you don't have. Like, the people that I'm usually trying to work into a frenzy are people who I know have a ridiculous amount of disposable income, and for whatever reason have decided that this is one of their homes. I don't ever want to be, and genuinely, I'm pretty upfront about my financial situation. I also never want to be accused of, like, I tell people exactly what's going on in my life. Like right now, I got a bit of a huge headache because a part of our heater went out. Yeah, I'll do that. A part of our heater went out, and we've been on, I'm probably going to leave here with Book of Shadows. We've been on emergency.
Hey man, those are bits.
We've been on emergency heat for like a month, and I'm sure it's costing us a fucking fortune. I'm sure it's costing us a fortune. I need more keys. There we go. But the home warranty is gonna cover it, but we're at the mercy of like the supply chain and labor shortages and all that jazz, so we're just stuck paying. Okay. We're just stuck paying through the nose for auxiliary emergency heat right now. Which means that in a lot of my house, currently it's in the 50s. Which is low teens for those of you not in the States. Because it's last time I checked it was beneath freezing. Like Amber right now is walking into my office with a scarf and a long sleeve shirt on. Because we're trying to not run the heater any more than we have to. Because I don't want like the last paid sponsorship that we did to go straight to the heating company. But that said, you know, with the negative, I also share like, hey, we're getting 5 figures worth of landscaping done because of how fortuitous the last couple of years have been. So that nobody can ever be like, well, you made it sound like if I didn't give you my hard-earned money from my retail job, that they were gonna make you Sophie's Choice your sons. And I'm like,
no.
Oh, well, I've maybe stepped over a line there. I get to keep both of them, but what kind of existence is it really if you don't give them 2 jungle gyms to play on? People say hi. Quiet Storm, thank you for the 100 bits for the heater fund.
Yeah. I hope we hear from them soon.
They listen, chat, they're the same guys that were super excited because we gave them peanut butter M&Ms from the Halloween candy funds. So they like us very much. We're hoping that that's enough. They said that even if they get the part on the holiday, which I guess means like even if they get the part on Thanksgiving that they need, that they'll come back here because they know that we've been on auxiliary heat for like 3 weeks now, and they know that we're paying through the year for it. So
supply chain.
yeah, hopefully it sorts itself out here pretty soon.
Do you want food?
Is it food time? I can wait until noon. I'm not very hungry. I had a peanut butter sandwich this morning.
Okay.
I did it with the intention of putting a painkiller on it, and then I didn't.
Oh, you want?
Sure, yeah. I'll start with the appetizer course of industrial grade NSAIDs.
Okay, hang on.
Many people say hi.
Hey, I'll be right back.
All right.
You're good to go.
Yeah, the peanut butter M&M. So speed. when I say that. Oh no! Shit. When I say that my chat is filled with delightful, lovable idiots who spend more money here than they should.
True.
I am referencing things like me saying, hey chat, I would like to be the full-size candy bar house for Halloween this year. And then $1,000 worth of candy bars showed up at my house. I had 750 candy bars I had to give away. So yeah, when the heating guys who decide when we get regular heat back looked at it and said, yo man, I really like peanut butter M&Ms, I went, they're yours, bud. Take them all. Take as much as you can carry. And he was like, for real? And I was like, well, she was like, yeah. Yes, please. And they're like, you're gonna get your heat back as soon as we can. We're like, you get a Snickers on top of that, and you should try a whatchamacallit. How are you heating as a backup? As an auxiliary heat function with our HVAC that apparently just costs way more. We're basically running it just to keep our house out of the 50s. Soy Forgotten's actually pretty sick. I'll take it. I don't know why. Why do I have Incubus? Oh, right, because I popped Monster Manuel. Okay, got it. I can't help but feel like this is going to be a fun run if I actually do damage with this build. Haha! How cold is it outside? It was below freezing when I woke up this morning. Guppy's eye. Ooh. That's really good. Shit. Do I leave here with Book of Shadows? Or do I leave here with Satanic Bible and push for the Gup? Ew. Guppy's eye's already paying dividends in that it's saving me keys on crap chests. Yeah, it sounds like you have a heat pump with a backup electric resistance heater. That sounds like science. Those sound like sciencey words. Those all sound like reasonable assumptions based on a man who knows nothing at all. Yeah, I could use health. Wait. Yeah, I could use health. I would rather have health. I was thinking about playing out the sack room, but I don't think I have enough hearts on the floor for it. So that's what happens when you try to throw the bone now. Noted. Huh. Sorry, this is what I do for a living, Ryan. Listen, I thrive off of having people with marketable skill sets in my chat. Holy shit, do I love having lawyers and accountants and HVAC professionals and plumbers and carpenters. All you folks who went out there and did your parents proud and learned a marketable skill. I just like being surrounded by like real adults. It brings not only does it bring a validity to this channel in my mind, but it also just makes me feel comfortable that if anything comes up in my life, since my dad isn't always all that interested in talking to me, and I wouldn't trust what he had to say in the first place because he's not very smart when it comes to for a boomer, he's not very good with home improvement stuff. Or like just general life maintenance. He's the one who taught me that if you have a toolbox, the one tool that needs to be in there is a credit card with a very high credit rate, or very high credit limit on it. Preferably like an American Express where you get points back. That's the one tool you absolutely have to have around your house, is a credit card with a real high limit. So having a whole bunch of people in chat who know how to do things for a living, I'm thrilled that you're here. Yeah, there's Team IT, there's Team Accountant, there's Team Make Believe. Listen, if we ever decide to put on a little two-man, oh shit balls. If we ever decide to put on a little two-man show, Pat, we're gonna be all set. Strength. Come at me, bro! I feel like I'm like a kitten. A kitten who has now just figured out that they've got claws that are meant for hunting. This is how I feel like Justin's cats would react if I ever got them to like playfully fight with me. Boomer discrimination. Ugh. I remember that one dude. Who claimed that calling him a boomer was the same as calling a black person the N-word. And that was the point where I was just like, man, I don't think y'all understand. I don't think y'all understand what victimization really means. I don't think you guys understand what it means to actually be oppressed. Like, I feel like you're really excited to potentially be the oppressed person for a change, but I don't feel like you quite get it. Was that Rad Ripper too? Is probably his dad. If Rad Ripper's a very good boy, his dad may loan him that opinion at a low rate of interest. Oh god, white people love the idea of potentially being the oppressed ones for a change. For saying that there are so many like snowflakes out in the world and so many like weak people and all that jazz. Oh, so many professional victims. Man, do they just pre-cum the moment they think they can be the martyred ones. The moment they think that they can bend to situations so that they can be the ones who are being oppressed or victimized or otherwise marginalized or mistreated. I felt a little bit bad, Kaz, because Brizzy, I'm not surprised, but Brizzy took the high road where he was like fighting with or making fun of that guy's like punching down. And he's like, I don't like punching down. But then he was like, Taffy doesn't mind punching down. And I was like, I didn't know if I should be offended. But then I was like, no, I really don't. Like, I really don't. I hate bullies. And just because, you know, people are gonna look at both of us together and go, well, those are clearly not the same two dudes. Just because people are gonna look at me and go, well, you know, Taffy has higher education and has not leaned on Walmart parking lot bumper stickers for all of his opinions. I was like, no, that doesn't buy him a fucking get out of jail free card when he comes into my timeline and starts talking shit about my vasectomy, about my vasectomy not being manly enough. Yeah, speed boot, by all means. My favorite meme is the person with the boot on their neck, and the next frame is them with the arm and said boot zoomed out. Yep. Oh, man. Ugh. Anywho, I didn't mean to go down that road, but holy shit. I don't even remember why we started talking about that. Some people, man, are thrilled at the idea that it's their turn to be victims, and it's like, man, you've never struggled a day in your life. Oh god, Aliak, you want to hear? So, I didn't have a choice in the matter. I told the urology specialists that I wanted a vasectomy. The urology specialists then said, here's what we do. We put you under. And I was like, oh, really? You don't do local anesthesia? And they're like, we used to. We don't anymore. Everyone goes under. We put you under. And when you wake up, you've started down the road to being sterile. And I was like, that's great. That sounds awesome. The last time I was here, I was going to go local anesthesia, but I just didn't have the money for the operation. Now I got the money for the operation. One sterile, please. Put it in my online cart, and I'll pay for it at the door. So, I didn't realize this, and again, don't put me on a stamp or have a parade for me just yet, but I didn't realize this, but there's apparently, like, a stigma around, still, to this day, some sort of, like, residual 1950s big dick energy stigma, toxic masculine, like, birth control's the lady's job type idea of like, well, I don't want to have my manhood removed. You know, I don't want to be made less a man. Like, there's still kind of that going around with vasectomies. I didn't know that. And so I've been doing this as a comedic bit where I'm just like, yeah, I got my boys chopped off or whatever, because it's a joke to me. I've been giddy at the prospect of getting this done for a while. But then as soon as I had this done, I had a lot of dudes in their 30s and 40s who were just like, I want to get this done. Can you tell me what you experienced? Like, can you describe it to me? If it's not too weird, would you please tell me what to expect? Because they're apprehensive about it. They're still shaking some shit that's floating around in the world that ought not be. And so I was kind of surprised that even existed.
Like I'm walking
but
on
you know, I'm happy to do it. I'm happy to talk about it. It's been incredibly manageable.
Tears down.
Well, okay, I got a lot of tears still. Yeah, super easy, barely an inconvenience. Huh. Trying to figure out how the rest of this floor goes. I gotta figure out this floor. Nobody puts baby in a corner? Oh good, we got his tears upgrade back, but we lost damage. That's fine, we had it in spades. Wait. Did I put that on him too? Oh, I did. Oh, thank God. Oh, dude, I was like, did I just put flight on the character with flight? And I was gonna yeet myself into the atmosphere. Okay. Oh, I thought I was so stupid. It could have potentially have been so stupid and backfired so hard, and I'm so glad it didn't. I would have yeeted myself into the sun. If I'm not mistaken, I think we have the resources necessary to make this happen. I can't imagine how silly I look singing pretzel tunes. When there's no pretzel on the YouTube video. Doesn't matter who you pick up for. Honestly, too forgetful. I just don't take anything for granted anymore. Curse of the Maze. That's why all my stuff's moving around. I just don't take anything like that for granted anymore. It just moved again. I have so much money. In-game. Chat, in-game. Don't get weird about it. I still need y'all to show up. Oh, right. Just save some of the money for this.
This is the story
Felrod!
of the newest denizen of the cave.
Tier 1, 6 months. Taffy, you cute. No, Felroth, you cute. You super cute. Believe. Thank you so much. Speaking of too much money, I got my Sogo today. Clap, clap, hyper clap. Hell yeah, Lisa. Big ups. I hope you enjoy it. Quite literally the least I could do for my mods. I'd try. This glitch is money anyway. I mean, but at the same time, like, my desire is that we become so, you know, absurdly over the top successful at Twitch that I get to start sharing the love with the people who truly make this channel hum. I show up and turn the lights on each day. You know, I unfold the chairs and put the coffee on, but the mods are the ones who really make this place sing. For sure. If I was like 25 and unattached, I would do more for the mods because I'd have a whole lot more to go around. Sole provider, father of four, or sorry, father of four. Shh, don't tell Amber, okay? I feel like it's best she discovers that in her own time. Sole provider, family of four, father of two. Oh, you did that so stupid, Taffy. You're so dumb. God, I hate you. Well, I guess it couldn't have actually, streamer. Because they're bone hearts, it wouldn't have made as much a difference. Yeah, God, Holland's worthless. If Amber thinks 2 kids is a lot, wait until she meets all my other kids. Oh, it's gonna be something else. Taffy's basically the janitor of his own channel. It's true. Like, imagine if Pat Sajak was the host. Like, I'm Pat Sajak. I'm just the host. I'm just the host. I don't even want to compare myself to Alex Trebek because that dude knew shit. That dude knew a lot of shit. I'm gonna say Mimi, or just, you know, tighten it up and I'll just say M3. Greetings and salutations. Welcome. Yeah, anyway. The wife and kids need stuff, which means that almost every dollar that I get / have is allocated for something, but were I younger and unattached and had fewer bills to speak of, I would lavish the mods with gifts. Fucking around in SC, like StarCraft or South Carolina. How am I feeling? I'm good. Everything about this whole thing has been super manageable. The only thing that's kind of getting me right now is that my stitches are healing. And with my stitches healing, it's made them it's made the incision points kind of spiky. Like, it's made them scabby. And that means that when I shift, why did I come back up here? When I shift the wrong way, one way or the other, I don't know why I thought there was something up here I needed. When I shift the wrong way, oh, I was gonna charge the Book of Shadows, but I killed that man. When I shift the wrong way, here or there, I'm reminded that I had surgery. Otherwise, oh, Star Citizen. Star Citizen has raised, oh no. Well, we're just gonna do this for a while. Star Citizen has raised, was it $400 million in funding now? That's right, I picked that up blind. Need me some red hearts. I'd love it if these gravity wells shut off. Nah, honestly, I haven't. The one thing that I've been doing poorly is that I haven't been putting Neosporin on it the way that they told me to. So if I just Neosporin myself, I should be fine. It'll make the transition a little easier. Got my tonsils out a few years ago. I slept through it when I should have taken the pain meds. I woke up in excruciating pain. I got dry sockets in mine. I feel you. Okay. I got dry sockets on my wisdom teeth, and it was a real buzzkill, man. What sucks is I was a smoker at the time. This has been decades ago now. Oh, I can fly. What the fuck am I doing? I was a smoker at the time, and hadn't had a cigarette in like a week, even though I was in excruciating pain. And then it just got worse. And I got super mad, and at that point I was like, well, if I'm gonna have dry sockets, I'm gonna put this nicotine in me. Since we're talking about Twitch, I find it really funny that YouTube's trying to copy the homework of Twitch's websites of companies like Twitch and TikTok. Feels like it's a desperate attempt to stay relevant. Oh, no, I don't think so. Saying that YouTube is trying to stay relevant and in close competition with Twitch is like saying Speed Boop and Taffy started their own lemonade stand, and now Walmart's trying to keep up with it. There's so much more money and viewership generated by YouTube. Yeah, they're trying to carve out a bit of market share in the live streaming space, but they're not stressed about what TikTok and maybe TikTok. I don't know what the viewership metrics are on TikTok, but like as much as Twitch dominates the live streaming space, what they get, like the prize they earn for dominating the live stream space, generates so much less revenue than just being YouTube does.
Range up.
I'm kind of scanning. Did you get the tape off your stomach yet? I think they might have put tape on my sad, pathetic little penis just to keep it out of the way. Mine just didn't make it all the way up to my stomach. Mine was whatever the area right above my sad little penis is called. I didn't have the same problem that Lauren had, apparently, where they had to, like, wrap it around his shoulders like a scarf, connect it in, like, 9 different places, leave a little service loop. Try to take a piece of the pie, that's so silly. I don't think so. That's, you know, that's business. That's, you know, that's simple brand extensions. You know? Just because somebody's first to the space doesn't mean that you need to let them have it, you know? Case in point, the, Hydrox. Hydrox versus Oreo. If you can claw market space away from your competitors and make yourself #1 in the category, then why not? Betamax versus VCR. Sure. Maybe?
Wordle.
Neat. I'm not saying that they're doing a good job. I am saying, though, that I get why they're doing it. From a business standpoint, I get why they're doing it. Once again, I feel attacked in your stream. What are you? I'll take a double card. God, everything I want is on the other end of the floor. That stinks. Alright, chat, gotta head over to the airport soon. It's been fun. Also, this build is great. Who Guru, I hope you have a tremendous day. Thank you for spending time with us. Travel safe. I hope you don't bump into any crazies on the flight. Hello? I should go to the shop first. The shop could have golden options. The shop does not have golden options, spoilers. So much money just left on the ground this run. That's two syringes. I would take Spun pretty happily. I like being faster because right now, like always, we're having a million-hour Isaac run. 1 sec. Just want to check something. Chat, you know what I'm grateful for recently? Bumping into McQueeb. Old Twitch streamer McQueeb. I got to hang out in that dude's chat for the first time last night. He's like me, but wholesome. With the advent of Meta, we'll see the rise of virtual avatars streaming from custom digital spaces to further enhance viewer participation in advertising. Imagine virtual Taffy avatar streaming from his candy hideout, not to mention the ad revenue possible. Yeah, probably. Probably. I hate the idea of, like... How do I put this? I hate the idea of, like... Twitch getting away. Or not Twitch, Facebook. Facebook being kind of like, you know, partially responsible for the downfall of modern democracy. And apparently being guilty of, intentionally and aggressively preying on all of our insecurities. And then just being like, you can be mad at Facebook because we're meta now. Yeah, but Facebook, no, meta. If I had known, I'd have gone through several brand changes. I'd have gone through several rebrandings and just been like, hey, I know you sued McLaffy Taffy, but that bitch don't exist anymore. There's no McLaffy Taffy here, bro. Just Spider Monkey 69. That's really what I was hoping for, was red hearts. No, yeah, I was watching McQueeb's stream last night. Listen, I hadn't given him like the full endorsement treatment because I'd never actually seen him stream before. But I was hanging out there last night, and that dude's legit. He is me, but less jaded. I feel like I can't wholeheartedly recommend him enough. I feel like he should definitely be considered for your nighttime Isaac fix. Oh, they're rebranding away from Facebook, becoming Meta, because they've said that they're looking to get away from being a social media platform and trying to become a company that's focused more on investing on developing Ready Player One. I mean, that's really it. Correct me if I'm wrong, chat, but let's see if I mean, like, Birthright has a Birthright exists as a product or as an item now. I'm just curious. I'm gonna buy it. I just want to see what it is before I pick it up. I can't remember if Forgotten had something before. Where the hell? Your soul is now unchained and free to move. Yeah, I like that. Yeah, that's pretty great. I'll take that. Now we don't have to worry about taking damage. Keys would be so good. So choice. Oh, but then that changes. Well, maybe that's not as good as I thought. Because our homeboy, A, can fly. And B, has the crazy swingy bony effect. I feel like if they didn't, I don't feel like they introduced Guppy's eyes showing stuff inside the keepers. I feel like that's always been there. If it wasn't always there, I felt like it should have been, but I think that's always been there. I could be wrong. I think Book of Shadows is probably better. So many aces of spades. Keys!
Ace of spades.
Yeah. TLDR, I think Ryan's onto something, is that rebranding may help distance them from the fact that they... Hey, man! 1 second. Yeah, rebranding may help them distance themselves from the fact that they, you know, low-key undermine democracy. I don't know what these pills are. Well, I know what that one is. Whee!
Feels like I'm walking on sunshine.
Should I try to go get more money? I don't think I would need to worry about it. Oh, Book of Stoners. I have to go back and talk to him, huh? Birthright would normally be very good. Sons of bitches. Except right now I like this very much. I can, though, on the other hand, when I start a floor, go into the other one, go into the other keeper, or the other Forgotten until I find Red Heart health. Sure. Ooh, so many bombs and keys. Fine. Why am I coming out here? What do I need out here? Balls of steel. I don't think I need anything out here. I'm just kind of looking around. I will take keys, though. Not that we really need them, because we're going to the dark room. We're going to Shoal, so it's not that big a deal. Keys, but I'd rather have them and not need them than need them and not have them. Yeah, Packet Greaser brings up a good point. Is that yeah, like meta. Like, when we first named our music label, we named it Let's Play Media. That was like the company that owned 99 Lives. It originally was the company that owned Pretzel as well. You'll never guess, chat, but Let's Play, being in the name of a business, was very popular. Long before Nate and I got on the scene. You'll be shocked to know. So we did not use that name for very long after that. We gave that name up pretty quick. And Nate just renamed it Pretzel Tech. Gonna try Dogma because it's a cool run? No.
Isaac!
I am not. I'll try Delirium if it comes up. I'm super curious about this. And this too. I left so many soul hearts on the last floor, but I think it's okay. Yeah, Meta, they, you know, they couldn't have picked a more saturated term in the industry for sure. It's very, oh right, it's very surprising. Huh.
Death.
I'm not letting that little rat bastard out. He can stay right where he is. That's just an empty room. All right, Rab, I appreciate you being here, dude. Thank you for everything. Thank you for this. Which by the end of this run is gonna break the 1 day mark. I mean, like, we'll still have almost 2 days. But that's exciting. There we go. Whoops. Wait, what? Oh, that's where my body was. Weird. It's like ventricular razor. Oh, banana balls. I didn't realize that was gonna happen. I wouldn't have guessed that. Crazy. Okay, okay, okay. Easy game. Easy. Saw the timer and thought it was 2 million seconds. I'm like, you have 7 days to do 500 hours. Good luck, dude. It's still a lot of time. I've been putting in like, you know, 9 to 13 hour days since I got back from Kentucky. It's still more time on the clock than I'd like there to be. So I'll probably try to put in a long day today if I can. But yeah, that's I think the math works out that I have to do like 9-hour days. I think the math works out that I have to do like 9-hour days at least. If I stream them on Thanksgiving, I've got 9-hour days for the rest of the month. Justin said that if push really came to shove, since he was the one who initially convinced me to go to Minecraft, which was awesome, by the way, and I have zero regrets about it. But Justin said that if push comes to shove, I could just give him my stream key and he'll help me log a day. Where, like, I'll go to bed, and then Justin will just play Super Auto Pets on my channel. That sleep stream, I gotta tell you, once I realized that between 60 and 150 people would watch me sleep every night, it became hard not to just try to make money every time I close my eyes. I'm a greedy little bastard when it comes that way. Is that legal? So long as you have people monitoring your chat, Twitch has changed their rules. I want to get this guy up a little further. Twitch has changed their rules on that a couple of different times. It used to be a big no-no, but they also, like, people wanted to do 24-hour streams, but Twitch didn't want anyone else dying from literal exhaustion during a 24-hour marathon, which has absolutely happened before. So in the interest of making 24-hour marathons possible, which has made Twitch a lot of money with people like Ludwig, the trade-off is you can sleep on stream, but somebody has to monitor the chat at all times. Whereas before it was just no sleeping on stream, and unfortunately you had people hello? Unfortunately you had people quite literally dying of exhaustion once in a while on stream. Jay Heno, what's going on? Welcome, I appreciate you being here. Sorry it took me so long to get to that message. People dying on stream has happened. A dude very close to where I live died. A dude about my age with 2 kids about my kids' ages in Virginia Beach died. Granted, he was not making the best health decisions, but the last thing I want to do is guilt a dude who widowed his wife and left his kids without a dad. But I mean, if we're gonna look at it, you know, intently, and be even-handed about it, he was a 38-year-old smoker. He was a 38-year-old smoker who started a 24-hour charity marathon playing World of Tanks by drinking like scotch and smoking cigarettes. And then when it got to be like pre-dawn AM, he switched off of scotch and alcohol and switched to energy drinks and cigarettes. And at one point he got up around breakfast time, if I understand the timeline correctly. He got up from his stream to take a smoke break and just never came back. And it breaks my heart to relay this part, but his wife came home and found him laying on the porch and dead of a massive heart attack. So it has happened. Yeah, it was pretty heartbreaking. That dude lived just down the road from me. I didn't know him. But it was, for me, it was like, it's so weird to be doing this like funny, goofy little run and then be talking about something that heavy. I didn't know him, but I was at a time where I had kind of legitimately run my channel into the ground through mismanagement, and I was in the process of trying to win viewers back. And I was trying to figure out how one did that. And I was so desperate to be back in the positive, kind of. My first stream was to 500 people. That's how long ago it was. Is that just getting started on Twitch almost guaranteed you an audience. But I did such a poor job of managing my stream that I ran it into the ground and went from 500 concurrents on my first stream to like 35 concurrents by the time I kind of scary. That's Guppy. Yeah, I think so. And I think, yeah, it's fine. Look at that. Never punished. Say it!
I found pills!
There we go. I was desperate to do anything to win my viewership back. And so I was examining people who were doing like 24-hour marathon streams and stuff like that and going like, I'll torture my body. I'll do 24-hour streams. I'll do whatever I need to do to get back into the zeitgeist of Twitch. And so I really was in a place where I was like, I'll do anything, even if it means hurting myself, to be relevant again. And then that gentleman's story was like, oh, maybe not everything. Maybe I should not die on camera. Maybe I should put some effort into staying alive. How are the boys doing after their 20 minutes of terror? Okay. The first day was like tenderness, like I'd been kicked in the balls at breakfast, and it was now dinner time. The second and third days have kind of been the incisions healing. It's really pushing that, isn't it? But yeah, all things. Ooh, Jesus. All things being equal, it hasn't even been as bad as I thought it has been. It's really just kind of been annoying, where I'm genuinely ready. Oh, cool. I'm genuinely ready to be done with it. I'm ready to be healed, but that's just impatience. That has nothing. Oh, I left here. Now I have to walk. I just wanted to get the shit. I just wanted to get the charge. But yeah, all things being equal, there's a couple of times during the course of the day, the first time shower water hits it, technically when I kind of peel my underwear off at the end of the night, it's a little sensitive. But otherwise, it's, it's not bad. Yeah, hard to, as I say, I would probably, if I died on stream, if I died on camera, I'd get on live stream fails, and my wife and kid can make one more push. Like, if we're gonna be gross about it, my wife and kid, if I died on camera, I'd get on live stream fails one more time, and my wife and kid can make one more push for the GoFundMe. But that'd be the last time they get to cash a check based on this intellectual property. So all things being equal, over the course of years, I have more earning potential if I'm alive, for sure. Ugh, I wish I had the ability to generate more batteries. I really appreciate just walking into a room and slapping everything to death. For a split second, I thought Spirit of the Night was in there. It's weird. Is it weird that I've thought about this kind of stuff before? Is it weird that I've thought about, like, if I die on stream, how can my family monetize it one more time? If you want insight into what it is to be a full-time streamer and truly have your existence, and truly have your existence depend on whether or not you pull down money in here every day. Yeah, it's funny, not funny to me that I spend so much time going, well, I mean, dying on stream wouldn't be all negative. Of natural causes. Holy shit, I gotta safeguard myself during this conversation. It is weird, but on brand, that's fair. Just shows your devotion to the, I mean, you know what? I will say this. I will contend that it's no weirder than having life insurance. It's no weirder than having a living will, I think. I think that just means that I'm being pragmatic. Because I'm no spring chicken anymore. At this rate, you know, they're not gonna have any candlelight vigils. My name's not gonna trend. They're not gonna launch an inquiry into what happened. So, you know, I just feel like it's me being pragmatic. Ryan says, can chat keep a hype train going to keep you alive? It has been a very mellow Tuesday. That's not a dare. Simple statement of fact. It's been a very chill Tuesday today. We haven't had like a big inciting incident. Normally, if I want to bait a hype train out of chat, there's usually that one big thing that starts us off. That said, today has not been a loss by any stretch of the imagination. Rusty Brazenfire bought us $100 worth of folding chairs that I needed for the boys, so that they could sit and watch me play video games someplace comfortable. And Lost Romeo sent me an air fryer. So when I think about stuff like that, I take it all into account. So if I make like 50 bucks today, I don't go down to Amber and go, oh, I made 50 bucks today. I go like, I made $50 in cash and 200 bucks in trade. Pointy Rib has now appeared in the basement. I feel like you have to think about it. Oh, Billy. I feel like you have to think about it that way, or else, you know, you start to lose sight of what you've actually gained. And then somebody who gives you a $100 gift feels, somebody who gifts you a $100 gift feels like you counted that as getting nothing, you know? You gotta take it all into account. Michael! I miss you day after day. I don't know why I'm doing this. I don't need the coins. Sounds like someone who doesn't own an air fryer. I just got out of a meeting about me being changed from hourly to salary without being notified. They said, why would we want to pay you more for not getting your work done on time? Isn't that the point of overtime, to get paid for over the base time you are scheduled? That's some r/anti-work shit right there, Torn. If I had a boss say that to me, then they would need to not be surprised when I Fred Flintstone right out of there the moment the steam whistle went off. Hi, baby.
Food now?
Yeah, I guess. Is there food?
I mean,
do we food?
I had like sandwich stuff.
Ooh.
I know.
Chat, you know how I feel about
Walking on
sandwiches.
sunshine.
I don't know, they're food.
They are food, so I can make you a ham sandwich. Or I can make you ramen. Or both. There's pasta downstairs.
Yabba dabba die in a fire. Listen, as somebody who's not collected a paycheck from a boss since 2012, I cannot imagine going back. I don't know. I'm still just gonna hold off. Like, what's the point of eating if I'm not hungry and none of it sounds good?
I still have pot stickers and spring rolls in the freezer.
Little multicultural poo-poo platter.
Sorry, there hasn't been like leftovers.
That's all right. I don't know. How long is the kitchen open?
Whatever you want, babe.
All right, well I'm okay for right now then.
Okay, I'm gonna be just out. Sorry, I'm gonna be upstairs doing stuff. So call from me.
Okay. Thank you, baby. Make a decision? I am. I've made a decision that none of our food is worth eating right now. And I'm not hungry enough to just force it to happen. Yo, we broke the 2-day mark. Oh my god. Oh, it feels so good. We got less than 2 days left to stream. Oh. Progress. Kitchen's only open until 12:30. I just, you know, I'm sitting here thinking about how much weight I put on during the pandemic. I'm sitting here thinking about how much weight I put on during the pandemic and how I keep telling myself that I want to lose some of it. So I feel like that means that in situations where I'm not hungry and none of the food sounds particularly good, that I shouldn't just force myself to eat, you know? Progress. I have no idea if the timer's the same as yesterday. I forgot to mark down the time before we ended Halo yesterday, so I just pulled it off of the dashboard today. Shit, this didn't take us anywhere close to where we wanted to be. Maybe it's this way. Well, that's how you know how strong your run is when you can take down that little raid boss without much of a care in the world. Yeah, we are legitimately devastating, and I would not have discovered this had it not been for soy milk being blind. That's alright. We got we got what's the word I'm looking for? Wafer. We got wafer, so this is not as big a deal. I think about the weight I put on pre, during, and post pandemic as well. I genuinely I was in the process of losing weight so I could go to TwitchCon EU. I was down to like the 220s, which is like 25-30 pounds away from where I am right now. I was down in the 220s because I was trying to get fit for TwitchCon EU 2020 when the pandemic hit, and then instead of getting fit for TwitchCon, I got a stand mixer and learned how to make cinnamon rolls. Oh shit, this is gonna be interesting. Yeah, let's do this too, why not? You wanna get nuts? Come on, let's get nuts. Do I need delirium? I don't think I need oh, I do need delirium. Give me delirium, you coward. Maybe we can find our way in through the back way here. Like maybe we get a get out of jail free card, or we find Dad's key or something. Yeah, this build's dynamite. This is so cool. This is the most fun I've had with an Isaac run in a hot minute. Oh, this is gonna be funky. Dig an item up, I guess. Maybe. Huh.
This is the story of the newest denizen
Yo,
of the
Fatness. 30 months, tier 1. Thank you so much, Fatness. I appreciate the support. Oh, that's not what I meant to do. Daddy, no! I guess I need to go look for a red heart. I mean, it doesn't really matter. This run, for all intents and purposes, is over. That doesn't change the fact that I want to make sure I explore every room trying to make this happen. Did I just make a villager honk from Minecraft? Yep, that's one of the only things about that game for some reason that I retained. I don't know why. I've retained almost nothing else about that game. But that lives inside me. Champion! I'm feeling more and more confident that Stranger Things is gonna be the pinball machine that we end up getting. I can just feel it. I can feel it in my very sensitive plums. I hope that when we get to play it, the boys and I are jazzed about it. Oh, what am I doing? I don't even need that. I still stand by the fact that if I was the only one picking, I still stand by the fact that if I was the only one picking, we'd be getting Deadpool. Apparently, and this is where I have to be careful because I'm almost digging myself into the exact same ditch that I just got out of. We were saying that the Addams Family one sounded like a really good call because it spells Taft, the Addams Family. And it was my favorite pinball machine as a kid. But it's 15 grand. Champion gave me 10, but that doesn't mean that I magically just make 5 disappear out of, like, appear out of my ass. I'll just wake up in shit quarters until I make up the difference, you know? So I was like, alright, like maybe I'll live within the budget of the meme. And the budget of the meme was 10 grand. That's a ridiculous amount of money for how stupid this endeavor is. I'm in. So I was like, oh, okay, well that's it. This run's over. Sad. So I just thought to myself, okay, we'll get one of the newer machines. They go for between 7 and 10 grand. And if it's like $1,000, I can make up the difference on that.
Someday, Bumbo, lucky Bumbo, someday the Bumbo is a bad Bumbo.